We are, in fact, the Austin College Improv Troupe. For those of you who don't know, Austin College is not, in fact, located in Austin, Texas, although the college is, in fact, in Texas. It's in Sherman, Texas, north of Dallas. That's Austin College of Sherman, Texas. And we are the Austin College Improv Troupe. We've been improvising here for a very long time. We've been doing epic improv events like this one this is our 8th year. This is Epic Improv 8. And this year, of course, we are examining the story of K-Time Television, K-Time Studios, Killing Time Studios, and their an incredible attempt to try and take on the age of golden age television and streaming services by launching hundreds of shows all at the same time. That's the story of K-Time. And of course, we're going to find out a little bit more about the specific characters we've come to know and love over the previous 3 episodes. We're at the halfway mark of our epic improv event this year. And here as we begin episode 4, we're going to find out more about what's happening with them, more about what drives them, what their secrets are, and what will happen next. There's a great deal that we have yet to learn from these events. But before we get there, there's something far more important we need to do. First of all, I need to give a particular shout out to Dan Pusel for working with us on technical elements and helping us out with devices, both Zoom and Facebook and other software related. Thank you, Dan, for helping us out here. And thank you in advance for John McGinn, my colleague from the music department, who has been a member of the troupe for some years now and has been jamming with us on piano, on keyboard, and will be jamming with us. You'll hear from him a little bit later. And a thank you to all of the family and friends who are here joining us and hanging out with us on the astral plane so that we can commune together in this way. This has been very exciting for us. We're really delighted to continue to be able to tell this story with you and keep putting those comments and shares in the Facebook account as you're watching. And remember, you can come back and watch the material later, or you can, if you miss a particular broadcast, you can watch a later episode. We are putting all of our stuff up on YouTube. We are here to improvise for you. Everything that you're about to see, we're going to make up on the spot. This is, with the exception, of course, of the fact that these are characters that we've already met. We're going to find out more about them. But we are the Austin College Improv Troupe. My name is Kirk. I am their coach and director, and I'll be providing some narrative this evening. But we, the improvising troupe, are...
Abby!
Reed.
Liv.
Nick.
Diara.
Grant.
Callier.
And John. And
we are the Austin College Improv Troupe. We're about to embark upon episode 4 of Epic Improv 2020, and we're going to introduce you to some of those primary characters. But before we do that, we need to take a moment now to thank our sponsor and hear a message from a product and a company that provides goods and services truly beyond the scope of human contemplation. I'm talking about, of course, that incredible product and our sponsor, Time Loops.
Anything before?
do you wish that you had been around to see the dinosaurs?
Do you wish that you will be around to see the end of Earth?
Wish we'd been around for tomorrow.
Do you wish to have a Groundhog Day experience?
Time loops.
I wish.
Time loops, time loops, time loops, time loops, time loops.
Time loops, time loops.
Do you ever feel out of phase or feeling like you need a little bit of synchronization or even better, some synchronicity?
Do you ever get hungry?
You ever
Are
wish
you tired of the boring cereals?
Do you ever wish that you could be here right now?
Have you ever wanted to look at the back of a cereal box and discover the secret of time and the universe itself?
do you ever wish
Well, then you should try time loops.
Time loops, time loops, time loops, time loops, time loops, time loops.
do you,
Well,
I just
you
had a
should
bowl of
try
time loops and
time loops.
do you wish
Time loops.
time
Wish.
loop.
Just remembering that the scarring is only temporary. Your soul will recover in time. That's Time Loops, our sponsor, and of course the sponsor behind K-Time Television, the real power behind the throne, if you like. The real source of everything that really matters in this universe really comes from time itself. But now we turn to our cast of characters, and I'm going to introduce them to you right now, starting with, let's see, Diara as Jim Moneybags. Speaking of the power behind the throne and the money behind the production. Jim Moneybags, DR.
I recently let in one of my employees on the secret of the sword. Yes, occasionally it blends into nothingness. But my father's soul is in this sword. That's right. I'm right here, and I only have a small voice because I'm in the sword. And my father tells me everything I should do. That's right, because you listen to your father. Thanks. Thanks, Dad.
And we have Abby as Claire.
Well, things have gotten pretty rough. And after discussion with Matthew, I think, it's finally time that I take those steps to get what I want. And what I want is Jennifer dead. And I am willing to do anything that it takes to get there. That's it.
We have Reed as Gramps.
Hello! Hi, I'm Grandpa, and I just really want to see all of my children be successful, and my grandchildren. And I happen to know that 2 of my grandchildren are deeply in love with each other. That sounds really wrong. Don't think about it. I want to see everyone be happy.
Speaking of things you don't necessarily want to think about, someone is having a hard time thinking about certain contracts that they've gotten entangled in. This is, of course, Father Christian, played by Shannon.
Hi. I spent all last night praying over this issue. I didn't get any sleep. And I just wish for guidance on whether or not I can have the strength to stand up to Lucy and fight him for the freedom of my flock. And I think I'm going to do it. The contract may be written in blood, but I still have one thing left to give, and I will.
And that's Father Christian, of course, talking about Lucy Morningstar, with whom they've engaged in some interesting contractual behavior. But we also have Liv as Jennifer, actor extraordinaire.
Hello, Jennifer, small girl, big dreams. I am currently dealing with a really heavy burden of, as the only person who knows that Shipstick has in fact faked his death. And I just can't trust Claire anymore. It's tough to lose your best friend, but when all of your friends are in danger because of her murderous wrath, I have to stop her.
Then we have Chloe as Cassandra.
Cassandra here. So where we last left off, I was doing a death-defying stunt. I did, in fact, break all of my metacarsals. Don't know where those are. However, life's been pretty terrible. Both of my police parents passed away via food, which is not good. And my correspondence with Mortimer has reached a strange pause. I hope he's okay. I wrote, he did not respond. And I think there might be something wrong. I guess we'll find out.
Oh, we certainly will. But now we need to hear from Matthew, as played by Cal.
Everything that's happened, this bag my show nearly being canceled, all this death has pushed me to an edge, a moral edge from which I may not be able to return. I feel the ledge beneath me, and all I need to descend into that crevice is one good push.
Dire indeed. We also have Nick as John Producer.
Hi, I'm John Producer. I had been working with my friend Matthew on a new show, but I just found out recently from Jim's sword dad that, well, my show wasn't about to get canceled.
Yeah.
And now I don't know if I can trust Matthew, and Matthew has Shitstick's bag. And I'm really concerned for, well, I guess mine and everyone else's safety.
Yeah.
I wish my dad were here.
And we're going to find out if John gets that wish granted at some point. I'm certain we'll find out more about what's going on there. But of course, we must introduce Grant, who will be playing the role of television producer number 42.
Hello, I'll be your producer this evening. I'm real easygoing as long as you do whatever I ask you to do, and no one dogs back, and I get to spend money and have my name on.
That's right.
Happy
That's
Friday.
Grant as Steve, and all of the Steves will, in fact, be provided by Grant, as well as, of course, other Steving happening from other players. But Grant will be one of our utility players, coming in as, among other things, television producer number 42, and who knows, possibly playing some short-lived individuals. We'll find out. But now we turn our attention, now that we've met our entire cast, I haven't missed anybody. Yes, that's right. Now that we've met the entire cast, we must return to the action, because last time, you'll remember, episode 3 ended with some dramatic moments. That's right. We were, for example, at the doorstep of Jennifer and Claire's apartment, where Claire had found herself waking from a dream in which she was thinking about all the different times that she'd wanted to kill Jennifer in the past. And she found herself greeted by a delivery person who was delivering flowers, not for her, but for Jennifer. And then something terrible happened. Right after that something terrible happened, Matthew turns up. And Matthew's got a story to tell, because Matthew has come to Claire's place, because last night, while Claire was having that dream, Matthew took a trip inside Shitstick's infinite bag. And so while Claire is trying to deal with the crisis of what it is that she's done to this flower delivery person, we aren't entirely sure what she's done to this flower delivery person yet. While she's dealing with that guilt, Matthew is trying to explain what he's seen, what he's discovered, and what's inside that infinite bag.
Claire.
What are you doing here?
Claire, it's been years since we've seen each other.
Matthew, I saw you this afternoon.
Claire, I went inside the bag. I went inside the bag, Claire.
You didn't.
I did. I saw things that I can't even describe, things that defy words, things that defy thoughts. Even just thinking about it turns my head and my experience of time strange. For instance, let me show you one of the great horrors and wonders that I have found in Shitstick's bag. Look at this.
Oh.
Can you even begin to describe it?
No, Matthew, I can't. There's nothing in your hands.
Exactly. There are things in Shitstick's bag so strange that the human eye cannot perceive it.
Well, you think, well, I don't know what you found, but did you see anything that could maybe help with, the plans that we talked about before?
Claire?
Yeah, Matthew?
Why is there blood on the floor?
Well, you see, I, had this dream, Matthew, and, I thought we had talked earlier, and, it made sense in my mind that I just have to get rid of Jennifer. And you had mentioned that we should not let anything get in the way of that. And I had a dream that really, really drove that point home for me. Because even if it was just a dream, it made me realize that this is what I was meant to do. I was meant to dispose of Jennifer and take her place. Because, she gets everything in this world and in this life. And what do I get? Nothing. And I think it's my time to get something, Matthew. And that something is my moment. And if that means taking my moment from Jennifer, then by God, I'm gonna do it. Taking that moment.
Claire, you need not say another word. Claire, you don't need to say another word. I understand in a way that I don't think I could even describe if I tried. We'll put the body in the bag. That should assuage any suspicion. Grab it with me?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
2, 3.
Oh, God.
The dinner party's tonight, right?
Yeah, get here at 6:45.
Now, this is a very important question. I know I'm bringing with Shitstick's bag the implement you plan to use to kill Claire. What do you want me to bring to kill Claire with?
Well, I've been thinking about it a lot lately, and I could actually really use your input. I feel like this is the type of place that, you're kind of a weird dude. You might be able to help me with this. One of my ideas was, when she goes to the bathroom, I just sneak up behind her and garrote her through the neck, maybe one of those. The other thing that I was thinking was maybe a little less dramatic, so that maybe not everyone notices. But I take a syringe of some mild anesthetic that will slowly kill her over time, and I inject it while she's taking a nap in between her toes.
Yes. Look, I'll bring the bag, but I'll be honest, I'm still a little hesitant about killing Jennifer. I know that every life must end, but ending a life is still a door I'm not sure I can walk through, even as much as I've seen and as much as I've done.
You don't have to do it. I'll do it. Just bring the bag, Matthew.
And as much as I want to find out all the different ways that Claire has thought of killing Jennifer, and would love to see that scene continue for another 10 minutes with descriptions of scenarios, we have pressing matters to address. For example, Jennifer is now attending to Cassandra, who we've since learned broke both of her feet in the stunt that she pulled at the end of last episode, at the end of episode 3. And so Jennifer and Cassandra are having a moment when they're talking about the dinner party, and Cassandra wants to know if she can ask Mortimer, to her pen pal, to come along with her, while Jennifer is trying to get Cassandra's input and help her understand how to deal with her friend Claire and what's going on. So now that this touching moment between friends, between Jennifer and Cassandra, where they're dealing with her broken feet.
I tell you, Jennifer, I'm feeling in pain. But probably not as much pain as your heart from the loss of your friend.
Yeah. It's been really difficult dealing with the loss of Shitstick. I mean, but I feel like that can't be compared to the loss of your ability to walk with your broken feet. but you know, I feel like I can heal from the loss of Shitstick, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to heal from the loss of my best friend.
Of course. As that is what I was referring to, but then forgot about your frog friend. The trying time in both of our lives. And I'm wondering about my friend Mortimer, not Mort, that's too flirty. He hasn't responded to my last letter, and I'm wondering if he's okay. Whether or not I should invite him to the dinner party. Tonight is Friday, tonight.
Yeah, I think it would be a great idea for you to invite him to the dinner. I mean, I think you could even be a little flirty.
Or like a little flirty or like a lot of flirty?
Like a healthy amount of flirty. Like a 2 broken feet amount of flirty.
Right.
So that means you'll be able to make it to the party or 2, but I'm thinking tonight would be a great night to try and get back at Jennifer. I mean, Claire, I'm Jennifer.
Yeah, don't get back at yourself.
We need to figure out what she's up to. I know it can't be good.
It cannot be good in any way, shape, or form. Like my damaged feet that don't even look like feet anymore.
No.
We should devise a plan to get back at her. How the ground got back for stomping on them that one time when I was a kid.
Yes. What I'm thinking is you distract Claire with Mortimer. Y'all like strike up new people conversation, right? Y'all are introducing, you're warming up to each other.
And then we make out furiously and Claire is so shocked and distracted. Is that that enough? Or shit, something?
That would be a great plan. I mean, it depends on how flirty you want to be.
Yeah.
That is probably more than 2 broken feet flirty.
Right. Feet and arms flirty.
Exactly.
So I'll just say hello.
Right, maybe a little bit more than hello, but less than making out in front of Claire.
How about hands or something?
Right. So while you distract Claire by whatever means necessary, whether it's casual conversation or making out with Mortimer, I'm gonna go to Claire's room and see if I can find any clues. She's got to be hiding something.
Very shifty.
Yes.
A great idea. And I think that we should also bring some sort of backup plan in case that doesn't work. Maybe like a weapon of sorts.
Oh, we're jumping all the way to weapon. Yeah, you do stunts. So you got any secret weapons?
I do have the cord from an old zipline project that didn't really happen. So we could use that and impale her with it, or attack her with it, or
if say
food.
Mm-hmm. If a big fight were to break out and we each had a section of this zip line, I bet you and I could take Claire.
Absolutely. You could take it down.
With that meeting of minds and that sense of a shared purpose and that sense of preparation, we leave those friends to further plot the roommate's demise. We turn now to Jim Moneybags and John Producer, who have discovered that they've been up all night drinking. And here in this early morning, it's not quite dawn conversation when they've had way too much to drink, they decide that they miss their dad so much that they're going to put together a seance and try to communicate with their fathers. Let's see this moment between these two people mourning their missing fathers.
You know, one time my father said to me,
what do he tell you? What do you say?
one time my father said to me,
Hold on, my glasses are sideways.
you should fix your glasses so you can see straight.
Oh, they're good. They're good. Yeah.
One time my father said to me, put on your shoes before you go outside.
That's a classic right there. I miss him though. I miss him. I do. Do you ever think about that? You ever think about how much you miss your father? Because I do.
I think
I
about
think
that
about it
all
so
the
much.
time. But then I remember he still lives inside of this sword that he gave me. So sometimes I hear his voice a little more often than I want to.
So could you walk me through that? Like, did he get stabbed by it? Like, what led to that? Because I don't think that just happens.
I'm not in the right mindset to tell you this. All I can think of is
That's fair.
like it just
Fair.
passed on through the generation. So I'm sure when I die, I'll be in this war too.
No, I get it. Like, if I had a secret, like if I was hiding something, like if I knew that I had taken something from somebody who may or may not have died, I wouldn't want to tell anybody about those secrets. So I get it. Like, you don't have to explain your thing. I miss my dad a lot.
Yeah. I kind of miss seeing my father in person a little more. Like his spirit just, it's in the sword, but it's just not the same, man.
What if we could talk to them? What if we could say words to them right now, to their faces? What if, listen to me, what if we gave them words from our mouth, but talk to them in the real world and to talk to them?
I want to do that with your father because I haven't talked to your father in a long time.
He's a pretty cool guy.
What do they call those spirit things with those people and the candle and
the squeegee board?
Yeah, the squeegee board.
Yes.
The squeegee board.
Not that one.
No.
It's called
The silent.
It's called a Cellarman's. What's it called?
Cellarman's silent. Wait. Seance. That's the word.
Slip and slide.
That's
Seance. That's what it's called. Seance.
Yeah.
Say it once.
How
Say
do
it
you
twice.
spell
Seance.
Do you spell it S-A-Y?
Because you're talking, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking to the spirits. It's a seance. You say aunts, and then they appear.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
What? So does that what the person with the stuff they say aunts and then
Yeah.
the spirit just.
You know how people use stuff, and then they go aunts, but a couple times, and then I think the ghost when hold on.
It's
oh.
SAYAUNTS.
We should do it. We should try that.
Yes, let's do it.
Realizing that conversation is probably going to take at least another 20 minutes before they manage to completely commit to the seance that they're both committed to. We leave those intrepid mourners aside and turn now to the troubled soul of Father Christian. Father Christian will be in consultation with Father Christian's flock. So one player at a time is going to talk with Father Christian about some problem, spiritual problem. And the voice of Father Christian's conscience, played by Grant, will try to steer Father Christian away from the temptation to, in fact, claim their soul for the devil in order to spare Father Christian's own. So So let's start with the first churchgoer, the first of the flock to visit Father Christian and experience this dialogue with Father Christian's conscience is going to be Reed.
Welcome, my child. It's lovely to see you in my church again.
Hello. I wanted to talk to you because yesterday I was in surgery. I'm a doctor, and I asked my nurse to get me a juice box, but he accidentally stabbed himself in the hand, and then he died, and I feel like it's my fault.
This one's easy picking. You could just do it. Just do it.
You think it's your fault?
Well, yeah, if I didn't ask for a juice box, then he never would have died, because I don't think that he likes juice that much. I mean, maybe he does, and maybe he would have accidentally stabbed himself anyways, but I don't think so.
It's definitely not your fault, and you should learn to forgive yourself, because Jesus died so that we could learn to forgive ourselves. So little Sheila, you should forgive yourself, and it is not your fault.
Can you forgive yourself?
Okay. Thank you, Father.
The next of Father Christian's parishioners is played by Abby.
Hello, Father.
Hello, welcome.
It's me, Claire. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I felt that I had to talk to someone. I had a dream the other night, and in my dream, everyone abandoned me. Everyone left me for my friend Jennifer, and I just feel really lost.
Well, Claire, you can be found. You can find a place for yourself in this world if you strike back at the people who belittled you. I'm sure this dream included people from your real life.
Yes, of course.
So you should learn to stand up for yourself and strike back at those who would wrong you.
Thanks,
Say what you
Doctor.
mean. Just make her slaughter them. Take them all out.
Thanks, Father. That's exactly what I was thinking. Glad we're on the same page here.
Yeah, your first instincts are always right.
The very next parishioner to visit with Father Christian is played by Liv.
Hello, Father Christian. I just wanted to come and talk to you because I was just feeling really conflicted. Growing up, I've always been taught, kill them with kindness. Treat people the way you want to be treated. But right now, with the issues that I'm dealing with, I just feel like that's not going to be enough.
Jennifer, sometimes you have to kill people with more than just kindness.
Yeah.
And we turn from that dark and sinister moment. Wondering about killing people with kindness, and wondering exactly what kind of a show is it that Father Christian's running over there. I'm sure we'll find out later. But now we turn our attention to Cassandra and Mortimer, those beloved pen pals. But before we find out what they've been writing to each other lately, remembering, of course, that Cassandra still has to ask Mortimer to go to the dinner party, we need to know a little bit about where Mortimer's been. Because the last time we saw Mortimer, you may recall, gentle viewers, was in episode 3 when he was with Matthew. When Matthew had Shipstick's magic infinite bag. And so when Matthew went into the bag, Mortimer went there with him. And so what we're getting from this particular exchange of pen pal letters are some of Mortimer's experiences inside Shitstick's infinite bag, trying to explain that experience to his beloved, well, that's a little too flirty, Cassandra. Pen pals, Cassandra and Mortimer.
Dear Cassandra, I hope this letter reaches you. I don't know how to begin explaining where I'm at. You see, this guy came into the yacht bus and he was like, I want a sandwich, but he kind of took a minute to get there and he was like, what if we're all sandwiches? And I was like, man, just order some meat and cheese. And then he finally said pumpernickel, and then people started throwing stuff at me and he was like, that's it. And he opened up this bag and I was like, that's neat. And I fell into it. You're not gonna believe it. I fell into the bag, and you gotta be like, wow, that's a pretty big bag. But it's like bigger than that, you know? I've been in here for a couple hours now. I'm pretty sure those people are still in line waiting on their sandwiches. Cassandra, if this letter reaches you, please know that I'm not trying to ignore you. I miss talking to you. What's not too flirty? With bag love, Mortimer, into the void.
Dear Mortimer, thank you for finally responding after 30 days of loneliness. I thought you might have consumed your mailbox as it is painted like a sandwich, and you were thus hospitalized. I'm glad that you instead had a very Alice in Wonderland-like situation when falling deep down into a mysterious hole of sorts. I hope you're having fun, and I hope you'll come back soon so that I can maybe ask you a very specific question about a last-minute event that's happening this evening. Don't be flirty. Be flirty. All my love with every fiber of my being. Mooch? No, gross. I hate that word. Heart. Cassandra.
Wow, an empty void. And to think, they have USPS here. And I got a letter. Wow, what great delivery. It's from Cassandra. It says, oh, I gotta reply to this. Dear Cassandra, wow, mail sure gets here fast in the void. I'm really hoping that tonight you mentioned is actually tonight and like not a week ago where I might have missed it. Cause like what is a minute anymore, you know? If you want to tell me that real important thing, that'd be cool. Not sure why you left that on a cliffhanger in a letter, but I'd really like to know what that important thing is. And I'm sure I would probably like to go do that thing if it's like a thing that I'm supposed to go do. I guess I don't know the specifics yet. Anyways, I miss you, miss my sandwich-shaped car, in my sandwich-shaped mansion, because as we established before, I make like 6 figures every 6 months making sandwiches. I'm kind of ballin'. This Matthew guy, I learned his name now. This Matthew guy that's in the bag with me, I'm gonna be honest, he's kind of a weird fella. He says he has secrets. I'll tell you those in the next letter, because I guess we're doing letter cliffhangers now. What's not too flirty? Like a real big heart with a real tiny heart inside of it, and like 3 arrows going through it. Mortimer. And back into the void. Thank you, for USPS.
Thanks, Grandpa. I'm still the mailman. I'm just so employed everywhere.
Sorry about that. I was taking my pills.
Actually, love you.
Love you too, honey. All right, I'll go deliver this now.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
It's for Mort.
Ah, yes, I know. I was just going over there now. Walk, 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 walk. Transition, transition. Hi, Mortimer.
Hello. Yeah, hi, Grandpa. Hi. How's it going?
I got a letter from you. I'm not sure where I got it from, but it says Mortimer on it, so here you go.
Thank you. It's so cool that you can go in and out of this void and I can't.
Well, I'm magical.
That's true.
Yep, it's something that I'm saying now, which means it's true.
I believe it. Sure, I'm accepting that.
Walkie-talkie, walkie-talkie, walkie-talkie. Grandpa, tell Mortimer that I want to invite him to tonight.
Why is this box talking to me? It says that it wants to invite you somewhere tonight.
Invite me?
Dinner party.
What was that magic box?
You just hand me.
You here, Mortimer, take this box.
Yeah, no, if it's for me, like, let me see the thing.
Oh, I didn't give you the letter. Here's the letter.
Yeah, no, that probably would have been nice to read, giving context to this, whatever this is in my hand. A walkie-talkie? Sure. Thank you for the letter.
You're welcome.
Hey, Mort, it's Cassandra.
Cassandra, are you inside this walkie-talkie like I'm inside the void?
Yes, I'm not sure how sound waves are traveling to you, but I would like to.
Well, this place is infinite. There could be walls.
And invite you to the party tonight at. I don't remember whose house it's at. Oh, they live together. It's at Jennifer and Claire's house, and I would like you to come as my date.
As your what?
Ooh. Date?
Yeah, I mean,
that's my favorite fruit.
That'd be great. Do you know the fastest way out of this void? Matthew will not tell me.
Yes, Grandpa, I placed a rope ladder in his backpack, and he will give it to you, and it is also an escalator.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
So, Grandpa,
do you
give it to Mort there.
Could you hand me it?
Yeah, here's the escalator that's in my backpack.
Thank you. Wow, I can't believe
I'm strong.
You know, thinking about it now, Matthew had told me this place was infinite. I probably could have just brought out my own escalator.
You could just do what I do and wander around and then wake up somewhere that you don't recognize.
I don't know if that's the safest plan, Grandpa.
It works for me.
So you're going to the party with me?
Yes, Cassandra. Wow, you're still on the line. Yes, Cassandra. I would love to go to this dinner party with you.
Great.
And so the date was made. And at a breathtaking rate. Just the astonishing speed with which these people managed to adapt to better forms and speedier forms of communication than the written word. It's amazing. No, I can't wait to see what happens to this couple. These are truly lovely people, and I think that they're going to find true love, perhaps at last, now that they've actually agreed that they can be a little flirty. But I'm sure we'll find out about them at that dinner party later on. In the meantime, however, while both Claire and Jennifer are elsewhere preparing for the dinner party by their various means, we discover that two detectives with the delivery police, one played by Grant, the other one played by Cal, come across the remains of the delivery person at Claire and Jennifer's apartment. And we have a series of serial deaths as one of the delivery cops dies horribly, and then somebody else comes to investigate, and so on. So let's see what happens at their apartment with the delivery police.
So what's the situation here? Oh.
Detective, I think you're going to have to take that cigar out of your mouth. We can't hear anything you're saying.
While you do
what
that.
I'm saying is there's a whole bunch of bodies everywhere, or this one body, and it looks like she was murdered brutally.
Yeah, that'll bring tears to a grown man's eye. Well, I guess we can just walk around because, we don't need gloves or anything. We can, there's this glowing rock on this table and everyone is dead, like, in a circle around that. But I don't think it's that dangerous. It shouldn't. That seem dangerous to you? You know what? I'm gonna touch it. Yep. Body's shutting down. Oh, Jesus. Oh, there go the legs.
Oh, Jack, what? No. You're 2 days away from retirement. Well, looks like this rock is evidence, which means I need to put it in the bag. Oh, well, it went in the evidence bag, but I touched it too. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh.
Well, God Almighty, what do we have here? What, 3 dead bodies in the apartment of 2 little old girls? Hey, Jimbo, get over here. Okay, good talk, Jimbo.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was so far away.
Oh, I thought you were dead. I was calling for another partner. But you're alive. That's amazing.
No. You're just confusing me with Matthew. No, I'm sorry. Mitchell and I get confused all the time. You see, Mitchell's there dead on the floor, and I'm Jimbo.
You're Jimbo. Right.
I was back here from the car. Oh, Mitchell's on the ground.
That is why I'm here, because this place seems to be attracting a lot of murders.
I'd hazard you're right about that, Susan.
Makes you wonder, does a murderer live here?
Well, let's do the math. 3 bodies on the ground. 2 people that live here. Yeah, that doesn't check out. Improper fraction.
No. I've got an idea. I'm gonna stand here as bait, and you go hide behind that curtain, and we'll see if anybody jumps out to murder me.
Oh, I see. I'll have my gun ready to shoot wildly whenever I hear a loud noise.
Yeah.
Does that seem reasonable?
That's great.
Okay. I'm gonna go stand behind the curtain.
I'm just gonna chill out here. And hey, murderers, I'm here if you want to kill me.
Hey,
I heard the word murderers. Bang! Wait.
Oh God, you shot her.
Oh,
Wow.
No.
Well,
What have I done?
I'm not a murderer, but I am here to rob this place. That rock looks pretty valuable. Can you hand that to me?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Here you go. Oh, I feel strange.
Oh.
Maybe it's just the murder of my partner.
Probably. Let me take that rock off your hands.
Here you go.
Oh!
No, it
Nope,
was not
wasn't
just
the murder. Mm-mm. Well, it was good knowing you for these past 3 seconds.
Yeah, you too.
Goodbye.
Oh no.
And as the body count continues to mount, we move across town to the establishment of Lady Lilith. where Lady Lilith, of course, the go-to person for seances in the local community, is working with Grandpa. And Grandpa invites himself into the seance so that Grandpa will be present in the seance in which John and Jim attempt to communicate with the spirits of their fathers, who will, at some point, by some play or another, make an appearance in this scene, as well as other various ghosts and other things that might be summoned to attend to a seance as conducted by Lady Lilith to commune with the dead dads of Jim and John, Jim Moneybags and John Producer.
All right, Lilith. I came with my sword. I never told you this. And I don't even think the stars know this, but my father's spirit is in here.
I knew that.
The stars know. Wait, your father's spirit. You're right, the stars didn't know that. I have brought with me a conduit into the essence of fatherhood. I have brought with me Grandpa.
Grandpa?
Grandpa is the grandfather to us all. And such, connected truly to the essence of fatherhood.
Sorry, my hearing aid was off. Hello!
I wish mine was. Hi, Grandpa.
Hello!
This man is no grandpa to me. I know my
Yes, I am.
grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
My
I'm
grandfather
I
is
met
in
my
this
grandpa.
here sword too.
I'm getting that sword.
Jim and John.
Associate. I knew
I
he
don't want to argue with you.
Jim and John, there's an important decision you need to make. Whose father shall we summon first?
His father.
Oh, sure, yeah. No, let's go with mine. Sure.
John, do you have a token of your father? Maybe a screenplay that he helped write?
I do, yeah. It's in this binder that I keep with me everywhere.
Yes, absolutely.
Which one are you giving him, John? Let's make sure this is the right one.
It's the first draft of Amarillo Vice.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Do that one. Do that one.
Put it in the center of the table. Now we must all place our hands upon it. Now, we all together in unison must say aunt.
We must say what?
Aunts!
We say aunts?
Aunt. Yes,
Really?
say aunt. Okay. All
I thought
together.
that was a fever
One.
dream.
All together.
All
One.
together. All together?
Oh,
Are we doing that?
Three.
Aunts!
aunts.
Hey,
Aunt.
I
son,
don't feel any different, I'm gonna be honest.
son,
Hello?
John, is that you?
Dad, what are you doing here? I didn't think this would work.
I've just been busy writing season 2 and 3 of Amarillo Vice. What have you been doing?
I'm still working on season 1. I'm gonna be honest. We're like 45 episodes in. Dad, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm ending the show.
You're what?
Well, you remember Matthew, right?
Yeah. I
Well,
like that boy very much.
I wish you had told me that. We've been working on the show together, and we've been working on our separate shows since about the same time. And he had told me that ratings were down, but from what Jim told me, I mean, Jim loved the show.
What? Let me guess. So you're just gonna blow up the whole cast?
Well, that was an idea that we put on the table. Yeah, that was something that I considered. It got tossed around the writers' room a lot. Sure.
Okay.
I think I'd say explode.
Here's what I got to tell you, son.
Oh, you got something to tell me.
I
Perfect.
got something to tell you. Don't trust that Matthew boy. I've felt it in my elbow. I don't know where this accent came from.
The family,
Ooh, drama!
Oh my God, Grandpa, please let me talk to my dad for a second.
Oh, sorry.
I had a feeling in my elbow that there was something not right about him. I mean, who names a show life goes on regardless.
It's life trudges on
Right.
regardless, but
Right. That's
you're
even
dead.
worse.
I'm not here to correct ghosts. But why?
Hey, executive! Not to interrupt, but will you tell Cleopatra that I miss her?
Yeah, Grandpa.
We had quite the affair.
Cleopatra?
You
Yeah.
know, who is this man? Someone tell me who is this man right now?
Grandpa!
Dad, you're not gonna believe this. You there, Dad?
Yeah.
You remember Mr. Moneybags, right? Not this
Yeah,
one.
we get lunch all the time.
All right, so get this. You know that sword he had? He's in it. Sorry if I told your secret, Jim. I was just they knew each other.
It's all right. It's all right. I'll just. Hey, Dad. Your old pal wants to speak to you in the seance thing.
I mean,
Which old pal is this? Would you like to say hi?
Mr. Moneybags, it's me, executive.
Executive, that's my old pal. We get lunch every now and then.
This is crazy. What?
The
Why are we
vocation,
here?
the invocation of names other than executives has weakened the spiritual connection. I fear we must let him go soon. So say your final goodbye.
Executive, I've been telling these boys to not trust the Matthew boy. The Matthew boy is bad. I told my son to kill him.
Exactly what I said. Don't trust Matthew.
Dad.
John, go get you a girlfriend.
Okay,
Here's
sure.
I'm gonna put season 2 and 3 on our Google Drive. Okay. The G in Google stands for ghost.
Yes.
I think that's all I got.
So I should continue the show?
Continue the show. Get a girlfriend.
What do I do about Matthew? What do I tell him?
That's up to you.
You know
son.
what? You know what, executive? Let me handle that. Let me handle Matthew, okay? Because my father told me what to do with Matthew, if you don't remember. So, I'll handle Matthew. You just take care of your show.
All right. I'm going to go start writing season 4.
Dad.
I feel
One last thing.
The connection's getting weaker.
Dad, you know I did it for you, right? You know I did the show to make you proud. Dad!
You have made me proud, son.
Bye, executive.
And so
You're like a second father.
the veil of the spirit world is drawn back once again after that revelatory conversation with the spirits of dead ancestors. And I'm sure we may have cause to visit with these people and these spirits again. But now there's a dinner party that we have to attend. And before we go, we need to make sure we know who's going to the dinner party, because there's been a lot of talk about it, but I'm not entirely sure who's actually been invited. As I recall, it's at the apartment of Jennifer and Claire, and Jennifer invited Cassandra, and Cassandra invited Mortimer, and Claire invited Matthew. So what we're going to have right now is just a little glimpse of the internal monologue of each of these characters as they go over their last-minute preparations, thinking about, all right, what's the plan? What's going to happen tonight? Going over in their head what they really need to be thinking about before they ring that doorbell or open that door and attend that dinner party, that fateful dinner party at Jennifer and Claire's. We'll start with the inner thoughts of Claire.
All right, so Matthew's coming at 6:45 and he's bringing the bag. Inside the bag will be a numerous amount of instruments for which I can kill Jennifer. It's up to me to decide which one to use. But which one am I going to use? God, I've thought about it so much and gone over it and over it and over it in my head, and just nothing seems right. I guess I'll just have to figure it out in the moment. My hand will go to the right thing and it'll know what to do. I've been waiting for this for so long.
And now Jennifer's inner thoughts.
Step 1 is figure out this internal turmoil about what to do about Claire. I don't know if I'm a killer, but I can't let her get away with all of these random murders that keep happening around town and all the bodies that keep piling up in our apartment. There's no way I can be unaware that that's happening. 2, use Claire and Mortimer to Cassandra and Mortimer to distract Claire so that I can go to Claire's bedroom and look for clues. 3rd, make sure Claire and Mortimer end up together by the end of the night.
And now Claire's in. I'm sorry. Cassandra's
Cassandra and Mortimer.
Cassandra's internal voice.
Yeah, this internal turmoil is really
what is it
screwing with my brain.
that Cassandra's thinking about right now?
Cassandra, tonight, main goal, flirt crazy with Mort, but also back up for Jennifer, in which she gives you the signal you have to not furiously make out with Mortimer because that's inappropriate. Also, just pay attention for that signal. And maybe use the zip line. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But mainly, just talk to Mortimer.
And now, Mortimer's inner thoughts.
Oh my god, 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 I'm so nervous. Cassandra's just so pretty and I just want to do this right. And sure, I could impress her with my dashing good looks or my sweet sandwich smell or my millions and millions of reserved sandwich making dollars. But I really just want to be myself with her and really, really make sure this goes well because I see something in Cassandra. And I really hope that nothing tragic happens at this dinner party.
And now, Matthew's inner thoughts.
Death flies on the wings of dusk tonight, and I know not if I can be afraid. I'm not a killer. I've never killed. But death comes all the same. Death comes for all. Death is all. I believe in nothing. I bring that nothing into this world. Everything's fine so long as there isn't any mix up about who guns, nukes, and knives shall be pointed at. Death. Dusk tonight.
And with our players prepared, they will all now attend that fateful dinner party when so many things happen. But we're going to start from the perspective of just watching the flirting between Mortimer and Cassandra. And all of the other things going on at the dinner party are just happening in the background, in passing, or in oblique subtextual references in which nothing is actually said straight out. Everything just dripping with potential meaning, while in the foreground, it's all about Cassandra and Mortimer being together at last.
Hi. Hi. What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you over the dinner party ambiance.
Sorry, let me get closer to your...
Thank you, yeah, please whisper in my ear, but like not too much, but like, you know.
Just the right amount.
That's so sweet.
Hey Matthew, will you put the cheese platter in my bedroom?
I'll return shortly.
Cheese platter?
I'll return shortly.
You smell really nice, Mort. Like sandwiches.
Thank you. I put on pumpernickel today.
That's nice.
You know, you smell pretty nice too, like a good deli meat.
Yeah, sopressata.
Soprasada's my favorite.
Yeah.
You know, Cassandra, if you were a sandwich, what you're not, but like if you were a sandwich, you would be one of the daily specials, but not because like you're rotated up, but because you're special. Because you're special, like a special sandwich.
If you were a sandwich, you would be the biggest sandwich. They're toasty warm, and you would have the limited edition olives.
The olives are only seasonal. That's really cool.
I'm just going to step away to the bathroom for a moment. Be right back.
I think I will also step away from the bathroom for a moment. In an unrelated note.
Where are they going? Cassandra, you're supposed to be distracting Claire.
Like those two are getting along pretty well.
Yeah, they are. You're supposed to give me the signal.
The what?
When I'm supposed to hold hand.
Oh, okay. We'll do that as soon as they come out of the bathroom.
Great. That seems like the best idea.
Also, Cassandra, you're doing a really good job flirting with Mortimer.
Thank you. I think the sandwich implications are working.
Well, I'm glad I didn't hear any of that.
Hey, Jennifer, do you think you could maybe come help me in my room real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks, Claire. I mean, Jennifer.
I've returned, and we all have to stay here now.
Oh my gosh, Claire, look, they're holding hands.
Oh.
Jennifer, I have a cheese platter in my room I would like to show you.
Mort, your hand is really warm and moist, kind of like ham.
Wow, and your hands are really warm also, kind of like the toaster oven that makes sandwiches warm.
Wow.
Like a room temperature
Claire,
that's been
what
left
are you
out on the
doing?
counter for a while.
Oh no. What do I do?
Claire?
What do I do?
Let's ignore any noises that we hear from the bedroom.
It's
I'm sure
time to enjoy the cheese platter, Jennifer.
Well, those two are getting along pretty well, huh?
Claire, why are you ominously stepping closer to me with that weird look on your face?
Because I would like you to share this cheese platter with me, which
Cassandra,
is
I need to
actually
tell
not
you
a cheese
something.
platter.
Claire, I'm not blind. That's very obviously not a cheese platter.
It's very obviously an infinite bag which contains an inescapable void inside of it.
Cassandra, I've been feeling something for quite some time now.
Yeah, distress?
A little bit, because I really don't know what's going on in that room.
Get in the bag, Jennifer! Get in the bag!
Get wild in there. Cassandra, I kind of really like you.
Get in the bag!
Go get in the bag, Jennifer! I mean, Claire!
Yeah, that's right, Jennifer! Get in the bag!
As much as soprasada?
More than soprasada. As much as prosciutto.
You know what, Claire? You
Nicole.
may win this one, but you'll never get to Cassandra.
Cassandra,
Whoa!
dry loaf, if I'm being honest.
Death is on the wings of dusk tonight. Love and all things in this world are meaningless and come to an inevitable end.
I brought a fruitcake. Did I miss anything?
Isn't young love wonderful? Just makes the evening sparkle. Gramps, before he turned up with that fruitcake, of course, Gramps was having a heart-to-heart conversation and post-seance with Jim, talking about, and this is where we find out a little bit more about what's the story with Jim's dad, Bill, being in a sword. Grandpa was there. Grandpa knows. So we're going to find out a little bit more about that in a scene between Grandpa and Jim Moneybags.
Hi, Jim!
Grandpa. Hello.
I
still
don't
not
know
my
why you're being
grandfather.
so passive-aggressive. I am your grandfather, after all.
You are not my grandfather. I know both of my grandfathers, and you are neither one of them. One of them happens to be inside this sword, which you're not even supposed to know about.
Can we not argue? That's like my number one rule, is that we don't argue.
Well, I am Jim Moneybags. I do what I want.
You know, I know how your dad got in the sword.
No one knows how my father died.
Are you gonna contradict everything I say?
If you're not gonna tell me how my father died, then you'll be the next father to die.
Die.
What? Who are you, old man?
I'm Grandpa!
And with that major discovery, our attention now turns to Matthew and John. We're not entirely sure what's happened at the dinner party. I'm sure we're going to find out in the next episode, but Matthew knows. Matthew's seen something. We were hearing him talk about it just as Gramps came in with that fruitcake. And Matthew is still musing on this thought, and those thoughts bring him to a lonely yawl bus in an unforgotten corner of town. And there he finds his friend, John producer. And they have a conversation here at the yawl bus.
John, it's good to see you. It feels like it's been so long, despite the fact that we live together.
I know, it's just with Shitstick and work and our 2 projects and everything, trying to plan out the finales. It's really been forever, it feels like. Have you done any planning for your finale, Matthew? Have you?
I've been wrapped up in planning a finale of a different kind.
Oh, okay.
And John, I'm not really okay in this moment. John, I've done something bad. And I don't know if I want to talk about it. Don't know if you'd understand. How was your day, John? John, your silence, your deafening silence is making me contemplate my own choices and what I thought. John, please speak to me.
Matthew, it's me, Executive.
But you're dead.
Yeah, I'm a ghost.
Well, being a nihilist, I really didn't believe in such a thing, but continue. What?
Can you repeat that?
I'm sorry. Well, being a nihilist, I didn't really believe in ghosts, but that should stop us having this conversation.
I get that a lot. Look, Matthew, I'm not completely sure what you're up to, or if you're trying to sabotage Amarillo Vice, but you better leave my boy alone.
Sabotage Amarillo Vice? Why would I want to sabotage Amarillo Vice? Why would I want to sabotage my best friend's show?
Oh, your best friend?
Yes. John's the only one I see all day. Well, until recently, that is.
I knew you were up to something.
What's going on? I thought Amarillo Vice was getting canceled.
That's what I thought too. You were get canceled and you're blowing everybody up.
So we're on the same page then.
Yeah, but I don't like it.
I'm trying to stay on the show. I wanted us to burn everything down and create something better together than we ever could alone.
Oh. So you don't think that Amarillo Vice is good enough? The show that me and my son worked on until the day I died. What was that?
I'm sorry, I'm blowing up my show too. It's not a matter of quality, it's not a matter of... John, I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting for you to speak to me finally. Your silence for the past 5 minutes has been deafening.
I know, I'm sorry, Matthew. It's just, these things happen, you know? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Some wounds are too deep and transcend speech. It's true. Why the staggering silence? Why? Why does John just stand there and not reply to Matthew's pleas? Well,
Matthew, I need to be honest. I know something.
What do you know?
It's hard for me to feel bad for you. I'm gonna be real. It's hard for me to feel bad because I know I had good ratings.
Well, I'm sorry, what? You had good ratings?
Yeah.
Wait, then why are they canceling you?
They're not.
They're not canceling Amarillo Vice?
No, they're not canceling Amarillo Vice. I looked at the numbers, Matthew. I'm fine.
But wait, you think I lied to you?
Well, no, I mean, I'm not saying that directly. It's just, I figured that, like, maybe there was a miscommunication of some sorts, or...
Well, your father, John, has, your father, Executive.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So upset I can't think of names.
That's fair.
Your father, Executive, has asked me to stay away from you. Is this what you want?
What was that? I'm sorry.
I know, my enunciation gets so poor when emotions are high. Your father, Executive, has asked me to spend no more time with you, to step away with you. Is that what you want? To end our partnership, to end our friendship, to end our lease?
Matthew, I gotta be honest, I don't know who to trust right now. I mean, you and I, we've been at this together for a while.
I don't know who to trust either.
Dad, are you here?
Yes, son. I'm here. The seance portal didn't quite close all the way, so I'm still here.
Dad, I don't know what to do. Matthew's my friend.
No, he's not. He's something worse. He's evil.
Matthew?
Yes?
I think it's best if we're just business acquaintances from now on.
John.
Yeah?
The friend I had in the world. You are walking away from me?
It's what I have to do. For the sake of my show. I'm sorry.
I guess it's true what they say. Life does true on regardless.
And as the camera pulls back to show the stark contrast of our two producers staring each other into the eyes for perhaps the last time as their friendship comes to a crashing close, wondering about that philosophical truth, does life trudge on regardless? We start to see in the sides of the frame the shape of ghosts emerging through the half-open seance door. That's right. We may be visited by other spirits from the other world. And as the camera pans back further to a nearby hillside, we see, cloaked in dark trench coats, the distinctive but unmistakable features of Peanut and Gallery, both with binoculars, spying on everything that we've seen so far. What will happen in the next episode? What's inside the bag? Did it zip? Did it close with a little Ziploc closure? How do you close an infinite bag? And what happened to Jennifer inside? Was it Jennifer who went inside, or was it Claire who went inside? Which one's which? What happened at that dinner party? What is the nature of Bill's message for Jim? And where is Shitstick? Will Father Christian manage to save the souls of himself or his flock? Or will he, in fact, go straight to hell? We'll be able to find out all kinds of things about this and more in our very next episode of Epic Improv, premiering tomorrow afternoon, Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m., a special daytime episode, right here in Facebook at the AC Improv Troupe page. Please join us for that episode tomorrow. Watch for more material from K-Time Television appearing on Facebook and YouTube sometime during the next 36 hours. And don't forget, 2 more episodes remain, not just tomorrow, but Sunday night. We are it for tonight. We are the Austin College Improv Troupe. My name is Kirk Everest. It's my great pride to coach and direct and narrate these people. We are
Read.
Live.
Happy.
Woo! Gal!
Ciara.
And Nick, despite his laptop's best interests. Grant.
And John.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 o'clock, and Sunday at 8 o'clock. Join us for the remaining 2 episodes of Epic Improv. We'll see you then. Good night.